If I were to tell you there was a mall somewhere in this aerial view, most likely you picked out this property right here. But if you did, you would be both correct and incorrect at the same time. Right here is the currently operating mall in the area, the Concord Mall, but I'll be saving that for a video of its own. Now let's take a look into the mall that never was, the Brandywine Town Center. So, what exactly is the Brandywine Town Center? Or more importantly, what was it supposed to be? Today it sits as an anomaly, being a structure full of massive fancy skylights and a giant man-made lake in its parking lot, only to be used as a strip mall with your average name big box stores. Everything about this picture does not feel right, so let's get into its very convoluted history. The site began as the Brandywine Raceway, a horse racing track that operated from September 7, 1953 to December 28, 1989. In 1990, plans were unveiled for the Brandywine Town Center. The mall's original plans were for an 850,000 square foot upscale mall that would contain 2 luxury department stores, an indoor mall area covered by 1 giant skylight, waterfront boutique shops in an open-air, quote-unquote, crab claw section of shops, and a 4-acre lake with 28 sets of fountains that would have paddle boating in the summer months and ice skating in the winter months. A giant atrium-style restaurant built in the center of the lake, and a giant atrium area that was to be named the Winter Garden, along with glass pavilions inside the mall and many park-like areas that were going to be constructed surrounding the mall. These plans were approved by the Newcastle County Council in 1991, but the Council of Civic Organizations of Brandywine asked the state Supreme Court to overturn it. This was dismissed in 1992, and a final plan was removed, but with a deed restriction agreement that the developers had to build a mall that quote-unquote substantially conforms to the model that they had presented. These plans were very quickly changed, and by 1994, the plans were downscaled, moving the crab claw areas for covered walkways connecting to smaller structures. The lake and planned restaurant were both downsized to add a parking lot in front of the mall. There were no longer any stores planned to front the lake, and the glass pavilions were being replaced by outdoor pavilions. From looking at the photos of these plans, it appears the layout of the mall had changed with the now inclusion of smaller skylights. It also appears the original plans may have been for the side of the mall facing the lake to be 2 levels exposed, where it now just has 1 level exposed to the ground on this side. The mall developers had also changed their plans to focus on drawing in big box stores rather than the originally planned luxury department stores in the anchor spaces. In 1995, construction finally had begun, and along with this, it was announced that a Regal Cinemas would be coming to the mall in place of one of the luxury department stores. This Regal Cinemas, however, would not be just like any other of their locations. Throughout the 1990s, the Knoxville-based Regal Cinemas was expanding like crazy across the United States, and at the same time, there was a boom in family entertainment centers across the United States. This had led to Regal Cinemas starting their own entertainment center known as Funscape, with the first location of this opening in Chesapeake, Virginia in 1995. Regal would open a 16-screen theater combined with a Funscape as the largest Funscape location, as well as the largest theater and entertainment complex in the United States at the time, on June 6th of 1997. The location costed $18 million to construct. Funscape was home to an arcade, go-kart track, carousel, 2 18-hole miniature golf courses, batting cages, video golf, laser tag, bumper cars, a gift shops, a iWorks motion simulation theater, and even a food court containing Sparrow, Blimpie, Orange Julius, and Dairy Queen. Funscape was also home to quote-unquote virtual reality, which from 1997 I am not quite sure what they meant by that. And it also contained quote-unquote miniature bowling called Bowlingo. Funscape was also the first arcade chain to use cards for game credits rather than using physical coins. Free t-shirts were given out to the first 100 movie ticket buyers at the Regal and the first 100 purchasers of all-day wristbands at Funscape during the grand opening. Some of the movies to be shown opening day of the Regal Cinemas were Jurassic Park: The Lost World, Austin Powers, and Liar Liar.
Welcome to Regal Cinemas. Refreshments are available in the lobby. And please, keep our theater clean by disposing of trash in specified containers. And remember, gift certificates are available for any special occasion. Enjoy the show.
Funscape would sadly only last a few years, with all of its locations shutting down in 2000. This was right around the same time construction of the mall was finally finishing. You can see some remains of Funscape on the first level floor area of the Regal Cinemas, as you can see with the old ticket counter and the arcade and stuff. It's just kind of really odd there. And while I was there, I was just incredibly confused by the layout of the Regal Cinemas because it had 3 different floors and everything on each of the 3 floors was just vastly different looking and didn't even seem like you were in the same place. Going back onto the history of the mall complex as a whole, in 1998, the mall developers, whom for some reason's name is not mentioned from any newspaper articles during this time, had asked county planners for permission to make changes to the plan for the mall. This was rejected due to the previously mentioned deed restriction from 1992, and the only way for these changes to go through would be for the county council to release the developers from this deed restriction. By 1999, the other planned luxury anchor tenant opened as a Target on the upper level and a Dick's Sporting Goods and Bed Bath & Beyond combo on the lower level, along with a Lowe's taking up what have likely been mall space on the lower level next to Regal. These would have been the only areas of the mall that would have been constructed as of January of 1999. The mall itself would finish up construction sometime during 2000. The mall was sold to Acadia Realty Trust for $140 million in 2003 and would later sell the majority stake in the property off, but would buy it all back again by 2020. I once again am still unable to find the name of the development company who had constructed the mall originally, but was able to find that Acadia had purchased it from, in quotes, a group founded by millionaire entrepreneur John Rollins in the 2003 sale. At least some of the indoor mall area was constructed, with the center court being decently intact now as Bob's Discount Furniture, which had opened in 2015. Before this space, or at least areas connected to it, were used by the Trepp Real Estate Loan Company for offices until 2015. The center court's lower level entrance for a while did have a sign with a modernized version of the mall's logo and did contain a directory for what the entire mall interior was supposed to be. This can be seen in a few older photos posted online of the mall and in numerous video clips uploaded by a channel called High Five Fridays, which seems to be some sort of small event that was commonly held in the center mall area around 2010, which I suspect may have been from the employees of Trepp. You had seen clips of one of these High Five Fridays videos during the intro of the video. It had also appeared while looking at those clips, it had appeared that one side of the hallway going down to where the majority of the mall was supposed to be had become offices, while the other side was just unfinished and walled off pretty close to the center court area. You could also see remnants of this from inside of Bob's Discount Furniture, where some of the mall floor stretched over into areas outside of the center court. It also had appeared during the High Five Fridays videos that a few fake storefronts made of some sort of like banner or poster were put up to where there were supposed to be real stores constructed inside of the center court. The remainder of the mall area was all converted to various outward-facing big-box stores sometime during the early 2000s, even with the two pavilions being converted into stores, one of which currently is a Kirkland's Furniture, and the other one which is currently vacant that at one point was MJM Designer Shoes, which has been closed since at least 2015. The restaurant on the lake would open as a Red Robin that is still currently open as of the making of this video. However, in 2023, a plan was announced by Acadia to demolish the Red Robin building and the building that was once home to a YMCA which had opened in 1997 that is now used as a community center building to make way for 7 retail and restaurant buildings. In addition to the demolition of the Red Robin and Community Center building, the lake would also be downsized once again for this plan if it does go through. This plan still has not been approved, once again due to that deed restriction from 1992. And I feel like that deed restriction is the only reason why the mall was constructed in the way that it was, where you can clearly see the plans left in place from the original luxury mall that was supposed to be built here that got converted to an average strip mall with regular named stores. If you have any additional information about the Brandywine Town Center, please let me know in the comments section. Overall, I really wish that the original plans for the Brandywine Town Center had went through, and I really do believe that if these plans went through, this would have been one of the most beautiful and luxury malls in the entire country. I don't think I've seen anything quite like what the plans for the original mall were supposed to be, and I feel like this would have been a destination that drew in people from hours away. It really was supposed to be something really spectacular, and had really gotten up the hopes of many people just to be let down for it to be converted into basically a strip mall. This mall was one that had intrigued me for quite a while, and for the longest time was one I could not find much information for. So thanks a lot to Reddit user VirtualB7411 for uploading a bunch of news articles from this mall from the 90s. Thank you all for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for more mall videos in the future.